Hi, it's Nikki Clarke, and welcome back to A Transformed Life. I'm your host, and I am so glad you're tuning in today. Life has a way of throwing storms our way, unexpected challenges, tough days, or seasons that seem never ending. And yet, even in the middle of these storms, there is hope, there is light, and there is possibility of transformation. So today we're talking about staying positive through the storm and how do you keep your mindset strong when the winds are howling and the waves feel unsurmountable. That's exactly what we're going to explore together. So before we can stay positive, we must first acknowledge the storm. And pretending everything is okay when it's not can actually make things worse. Recognizing your feelings, your fear, your sadness, your frustration helps you take back your clarity and gain your power. So think about it. Storms aren't inherently bad. Rain nourishes the earth, and lightning brings needed change, and wind can clear away debris. Similarly, your challenges can teach you resilience, courage, and creativity. So let's name your storm, whatever your storm is right now. Say it out loud, what you're facing. And sometimes putting it into words helps you stop feeling overwhelmed and start finding solutions. So, for example, if you're dealing with a job loss, instead of just feeling panic, say, okay, I'm facing unemployment and it's hard, but I will navigate through this. And acknowledgement gives you control instead of letting the storm control you. One of the most powerful tools in staying positive is perspective. Storms can feel endless, but shifting your focus can make all the difference. So ask yourself questions like, what lesson is in the storm? How is the challenge shaping me? What am I grateful for, even in this moment? So here's an example. Maybe you're dealing with a difficult relationship. Instead of only seeing the conflict, look at how it's teaching you patience, grace, communication, or self-respect. Or if your health is a challenge, perhaps it's prompting you to appreciate small moments of strength and self-care. So perspective doesn't minimize the pain, it transforms it. And it allows you to see the storm as temporary and a step in your journey rather than an endless obstacle. So I'm going to share my own personal story. And for me, there was a time when I felt an incredible storm in my life. I was running for politics. I was running for member of provincial parliament in 2017, 2018 time frame. And I remember February 8th, 2018, I was actually taking a course at night. I'm the oldest girl of three boys, now only one boy. And I remember getting that call from my younger brother in the evening of that day. And he said that our brother, the middle brother, was going into the hospital and that he was gravely ill. He was coughing and he had fever, and they couldn't really understand what was going on. So he said, this is what's happening. He's in the hospital, and I'll give you an update. So I was a little bit jarred that night. I was taking a course that night, and I was in the middle of a political campaign. And after my class ended, which would have been probably an hour later, I got a text from my brother saying that our brother passed away. He had succumbed to a heart attack while he was being treated, and he passed away at the age of 45. So this was very hard on the family. And I had to make a lot of adjustments through my storm. My storm was my grief for my younger brother. So I thought, okay, what do I do? Here is my dear brother. He is, gone on to rest in paradise, but I have to somehow continue in a very, forward facing public arena, and to be on top of my game when my heart is broken in a million pieces. How do I do this? But somehow I was able to put the mission at hand in the forefront and tap into the love that I have for my brother and my family, and to use that when dealing with the people that I met along my journey at that time when I was campaigning, and to kind of compartmentalize the grief and deal with it when it came to the surface. So there was a lot of emotions during that period, but that was how I was able to manage my storm. I used the feelings of love that I had for my brother to bring to the surface when I was dealing with family. And then when I had the moments when I could to myself, then I could grieve for him. And I have to say, those who are going through a loss of a loved one, whenever someone tells you, enough time has passed, get over it, stop the tears, put your tears away, that's not for them to decide. Grief has no expiry date. It could take however long you need to process what you're experiencing, and that's okay. That's fine. So that was the storm that I dealt with. And I made a conscious decision. I made a choice, and I focused what I could do. And I leaned on my faith, and I refused to let the storm define me, because I didn't want to let myself down. I didn't want to let my team down. I didn't want to let my constituents down. And I believe that this is what my younger brother who passed would have wanted me to do. So the lesson learned here, sometimes staying positive is simply deciding not to give in to despair. Every day I looked for one small victory, one reason to smile. And that mindset slowly shifted the storm from something paralyzing to something manageable. And your story may look different, but the principle is the same. You have the power to choose hope even when circumstances feel hopeless. So now let's get practical. And here are 3 actionable ways to stay positive, even when life feels very heavy. So number 1, daily affirmations. Affirmations are powerful because words shape our reality, and the affirmations can be done in prayer. What situation, outcome you want, what you do not want, can be constructed in a prayer. or an affirmation. Sometimes, people write out what they affirm their life to be and put sticky notes on a mirror before they leave the house. They read it to themselves, or they place it somewhere visible, or it's just something that they have, remembered, and they repeat it to themselves out loud. It's part of their self-talk. So affirmations are powerful, and they speak life into your day. So even 1 to 2 minutes every morning can set the tone for resilience. So for example, your affirmation is, this storm is temporary and it's going to pass, and I will rise above it. The other one is, I am stronger than my circumstances. Or the other one is, I choose hope even when it's hard. So repeat these, write them down. I mean, these are just examples. You can use your own, but repeat them, believe in them, claim them, and place these sticky notes around your space. And over time, your mindset begins to shift. Also, connect with support. Number 2, connect with support. You don't have to weather the storm alone. Surround yourself with people who uplift, encourage, and remind you of your strength. Sometimes you're going to have a little self-doubt creep in and go, I don't know, what did I sign up for? I don't think I'm strong enough. And then you're going to need to rely on your tribe to remind you who you are and your character and what you are capable of. And they will tell you, yeah, you got this. You got this. This is just temporary. So, for example, call a friend, reach out to a mentor, or join a support group. And sharing your challenges doesn't make you weak. I always say there is strength in vulnerability. And sharing strengthens your resilience, and it gives perspective. And number 3, focus on small wins. It's easy to get lost in the big picture and to feel defeated. Instead, celebrate small victories. Okay. Maybe it's completing a task, or making a healthy choice, or simply just getting through the day. There are days that I've had, it's just like, okay, you know what? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. My goal is just to get through the day, come home, have a nice meal, watch something light and entertaining on TV or online, and then have an early retreat to bed. That's it. I just want to get through the day. That's my accomplishment. So if you are feeling overwhelmed at work, completing even one item on your to-do list is a win. Okay. Don't set yourself up for self-sabotage or making yourself feel like a failure. If you've got those 20 things on your list and you do one, maybe 1.5, that's okay. You still got something done. And there's always tomorrow. So, keep doing what you're doing. If you're struggling emotionally, getting out of bed, practicing self-care is a triumph. And self-care looks differently for different people. But recognizing these wins fuels positivity and progress. I just found out something the other day. I found out another type of self-care. I went to a salt cave. Yeah, you heard right. It's a salt cave. It's a cave of pink salt, I believe from Poland. And I sat in that room of salt. There's salt everywhere, salt on the ceilings, walls, floor. Just the chair wasn't covered in salt. So I sat there, and the air was infused with a therapeutic salt spray. And that was done purposely to kind of help you with any inflammation you may have, or maybe some issues with your bronchial, your pathway, air pathway. It helps to kind of reduce any inflammation there, or any buildup in your lungs. So it's this beautiful thing, and it's serene, and it's quiet, and it's got really nice, meditative music in the background, and a little bit of a waterfall. I thought, man, this is beautiful. So whatever your self-care looks like, do it, and do it as many times as you need to put you back on the path of positivity. So here's a bonus tip. What you can also do is keep a victory journal. And so you write down every win, no matter how small. And on stormy days, reviewing it reminds you of your strength and your progress. So faith can be a cornerstone for staying positive and trusting that there is purpose beyond the storm, believing in a higher plan, and holding on to promises of hope gives unshakable strength. Even beyond faith, your inner resilience is incredible. Every challenge you overcome strengthens you for the next phase of your journey. And you may feel broken right now, but storms are often where diamonds are formed. Pressure creates brilliance. So when you feel like giving up, remind yourself of past storms you've survived. Let that remind you you are capable of more than you think. You got this. So no matter the storm you're facing today, know this: you have the power to choose positivity. You choose to be happy. It won't always be easy, but each step forward, each act of hope is a victory. And thank you for spending this time with me on A Transformed Life. If this message encouraged you today, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, storms don't last forever, but your spirit does. So until next time, this is Nikki Clarke, reminding you to stay hopeful, stay strong, and keep transforming your life. Stay blessed. Bye for now.